So you're curious about the Colorado Trail FKT attempt by Mike McKnight. If you came here, be prepared for a long video because this goes into pacing it from beginning to end. During a performance like this, which lasts 8 days essentially, the mental decline that happens during that time is considerable. So I have likened it to babysitting a zombie. And along the way, I'm going to assign a zombie score depending on how Mike is feeling, how he's doing, how he's responding, and that sort of thing. So
driving it that way.
Yeah.
Do it behind the trees if I'm not looking.
Fish tailing.
Here's Mike. He's about to get ready to drive 500 or run 500 miles, but he's concerned about how people are going to drive his truck. I got the crew here: Matt on film, Garrett, Ryan, Dax, and
Ben.
I know. I was going to give you some kind of fabulous title, like the crew chief extraordinaire or something like that, but you were too impatient.
All the suspense built.
That's right. So this will be fun. Getting ready to head off here. It's going to be an interesting effort. He's got a good crew around him.
It's actually going to his website.
It's going to be the first few steps of a 500-mile trip. Quite something. Colorado Trail is a 500-mile trail from Durango to Denver through high-altitude mountains, starting the San Juan Mountain. And to go faster than anyone has ever done before is a huge ask. When my buddy Dax told me, hey, he's pacing Mike, and if I wanted to come and help out, would I be interested? I was definitely interested. I love doing this kind of thing. I love being on trails that I haven't been on, and supporting an effort like that is something that I thought would be noteworthy. I was a little concerned though, because several weeks prior to Mike's attempt, Courtney DeWalter had tried the trail, and Courtney, one of the best ultra runners around, blew up maybe about 3/4 of the way through, had pneumonia, had to be taken out, put into the hospital for a little while. So I thought, wow, if she's gone down hard on that trail, this will be a hard one for Mike. My buddy Dax had 3 days that he was committed to being there, and we wanted to get him in as much as he could. I had some time afterwards, so I'd hedge my bets and see how Mike was doing and stick around if it looked like it would be useful for me to jump in there. So here we go. This is the Colorado Trail. Michael just took off down the pathway. This goes all the way to Denver. So Durango here, Denver up here, a lot of altitude and gnarliness in between. We just sent him off on his way. First 20 miles or so is pretty easy along the road, so he's on. We're gonna have pacing crew jump in with him later. We got a good set of folks together to support the effort.
Watch you guys.
What's up, everybody? So we are 2.5 miles in. So I know it's early, but I am feeling super good. Legs feel good. I'm excited. It's gonna be an awesome 7 to 8 days of running in the mountains. Hopefully I stay mentally in it enough to get a lot of footage, because just from what I've seen, this trail is going to be spectacular. Take a look at that. Oh, this area is so beautiful. Right now, almost at 16 miles. Doing good. It's a little hot. Had to cool off in the stream a few times.
So we're following Ben in the 18 van up there.
Oh yeah.
Dax and I are in Mike's truck, and we are heading to the first crew station. This first leg, I think, has something like 20 miles and 7,000 feet of climbing. So we're letting him shake out his legs a little bit, enjoy the trail solo, and we might have someone jumping in on the next section. A lot of this crewing business is driving around slowly on dirt roads like this, clapping around and hoping to find the right spot and have a vehicle that can actually access it. So off we go. This is our smooth road here cranking along. You could be skateboarding this pretty easy.
I could walk through this.
Well, the road up to the first aid station has been brutally bumpy. It's gotten a little better right now, but there are views for days in every direction. And we've got the 3 trucks heading up all together with Ben in the A-Team van leading the way.
We were more worried about snow on the road.
It'll be gone.
Okay.
Bunches, especially being a weekend right now. The ATVs will pack all down.
Yeah.
Remind me your name again?
Dan.
Dan. Okay, I'm Carrie. That's Ben.
So you should
Got it.
interview
Garrett.
Dan
And
about
Ryan.
his thoughts on Mike running the, because he's just been through it.
Dan just came down off of the trail that Mike's about to head into, and you're letting us know just how soupy it is. What's it like?
Slush. Mud.
Slush and mud, tough.
Yeah, this is the first. I just took off my rain pants up there, but I've been wearing them for 4 days, and it was just a mess.
When we were talking about Silverton tonight, he sort of smiled and shook his head a bit. So we'll see. Could be a difficult time for Mike up ahead with the conditions, even though it's a beautiful day, because you'll end up in mud and slush.
I'm rooting for him, but I'm skeptical for tonight. So,
Well, we'll see. He's been through some.
I-
He's been
I've
through
seen
some stuff, man. If
Some
someone's
guys out here just can't believe it. That'd be quite an accomplishment. If he gets it.
and you've been on the trail for 34, 35 days.
37.
He's trying to do it in less than 8. It's gonna be tough.
Less than 7. So.
Picked an unfortunate time to do it.
This is a great trail companion you've got.
Sorry I'm late. I had to talk to Betsy and Joe. With
Betsy
the
is
two
what my
hus-
son named the squirrel at our house.
With
That's
the-
really funny.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh
hi!
really? She's over here.
Oh my god! Sorry. wait. What are we doing?
Here you go.
Oh, so what we're doing is we got a buddy that's, you know, like Courtney tried to do the FKT. So he's doing. This is the first stop for his FKT. So he's on his way up right now.
No. Can I hang out for a little
Yeah,
bit?
he's supposed to be in the next hour.
No, I don't have to wait.
It's
Who's your buddy?
Mike McKnight.
I bet he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
he
What's
is.
your name, Nevada?
Garrett,
Hi, Garrett.
nice to meet you.
You don't live in Nevada anymore.
I do. I live in Elko now, though.
Ah, big stuff happening in Elko.
Something like that.
a lot of underground stuff.
Yeah, a lot of underground. Zing.
This ray of
This is mine.
sunshine. Is Deidre Malone,
Literally
right?
underground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deidre Malone.
That's
Did Danny-
super familiar.
Dan just said that you're coming and you're in the community as well. So
Well, very peripheral. Very peripheral.
if you're sponsoring some races
What? No.
and
You're
running
the
Western
best
states
So the-
and Javelina, you're not just a peripheral. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I do know everybody. And
Now you know us.
I just finish stuff, and a lot of things I don't finish. Rock!
We arranged to have a welcoming party for you, Mike. Now you're moving so good.
Is this the
That's
vegetarian?
Deirdre.
Is this the vegetarian?
No.
He's low carb runner.
Low carb runner.
Yeah.
That's his coming.
I'm a groupie on Instagram. So happy to see you and meet you.
Are you doing this way?
I'm going to
Yeah, they're
Durango.
going that
Where
way.
are you going?
He's going.
You're badass. Congratulations.
Who are you?
No.
All right, give me the pack. Having a bit of a crisis. It looks like Mike's shoe bag might have been taken.
Hey, Mike, it's no big deal. It really isn't. Because we can go into Durango and buy some shoes. So, what you do is just continue on. We'll go down to the running store and get some new shoes. Plus, you were at 10.5. I got a ton of shoes in
No,
here.
I'm 11.
Okay, 11. So,
I am like 13.
from here, where I can call her.
Just call her when we get to Durango.
Okay. Okay. What's your phone number?
I would also go back to the hotel.
Check and see there.
Maybe like I didn't put it in the bed of my truck, and the hotel has it.
We'll give them a call
I
when
mean,
we
that's
get
a
into
big bag
town.
of shoes. I would at least go to the hotel and see if they have it.
We can call them on the way down, find out, and we can stop
Yeah.
by. It's right on our way.
It's a black and gray East Bay bag. Hopefully the front desk has it.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of is when I was like arranging the cooler and stuff, I didn't actually throw it back in the bed, and then I drove off to get ice, and somebody saw it, and hopefully get it in the front desk.
We'll find out.
It's worth a shot, man.
We'll find
take
out.
My phone. Slide it in there.
Should be fully juiced. You leaving the keys? Where are the keys? Keys to the truck? Are they in the truck?
You're in my.
In your pants?
So good to meet you. I wish you the best. I'll talk to you when you get to Denver. I mean, on Instagram.
Have a great time. We'll sort out everything. You're right on track.
I hope they're at the hotel.
Just chill out about it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Well, it's nothing, but it's frustrating.
It is.
It's frustrating, but
Get shoes.
we'll figure it out.
Right now.
Minor speed bump, man.
You're going to do good. And that was an efficient stop.
Okay, that was under 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
You still made. Still
Okay,
doing
bye.
good.
Time to go. You gotta
I'm
go.
waiting for my buddy.
Oh, sorry. He'll catch you.
okay.
He's fresh.
Yeah. We're talking about the fastest up here.
Proud of you.
Good work, guys.
Go get it.
Don't forget to smell the roses. You are doing so well to get that up here. Well done.
Thank you.
The Chevy Cruise. Here's our pals coming back through who just came down with the dogs. And we're here when the famous Chevy Cruise guy came cruising through. And where is he?
He's what, maybe half a mile?
Half a mile back that way, stuff.
Half a mile, and he is stuck hard.
Like high centered.
High centered. Nobody's got a tow strap. He doesn't have any provision. So we were giving him kudos. We're like, damn, you made it up here. He's like, oh yeah,
I know,
piece
we
of cake.
couldn't believe that. And we were like, how did you even get this far?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Must be a rental car.
yeah, right.
Hope he got the insurance. So now I'm kind of torn between possibly helping out, but I can't abandon the ship. So you guys are going
Well,
down to
We're going down. We didn't know if y'all had service and could call the Rangers. just
No
'cause
service.
We don't have anything. Okay.
Nothing.
Then we'll just keep going down and call when we can get service again. And see
Hey,
what's
there's
going
an idiot up there with the Chevy Cruise. High centered on trail or off?
on. He's like on the road, but he picked a really bad line. Instead of going on both
Maybe
high
slid
rises,
into it.
Yeah, he just went like right into it.
So he's just high centered. So you got to drag him across the differential and whatever. I'll take a look. I don't know. It's not my truck. I have no idea what's in it, but I got a tow hitch if it's only half a mile.
Yeah, no, he's like right up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Got a good bungee cord on that bike?
Yeah, I'll tell him that.
You're not going this way though. You're going that way. Yeah, so you'll miss him.
Yeah, no, we don't have.
I have my inReach.
It's not a thing. What's your name?
I'm Eli.
Eli is also doing the full enchilada on his bike with very light gear. It's very impressive. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Deep snow.
Deep snow, but right as soon as you go over it, it's nothing.
It's snow from Silverton. I mean, we spent 3 days in snow, and the second day was just brutal because it was melting snow, deep snow, slush, mud. And
All
then
the
up
fun
Black
stuff.
Hawk Mountain Pass.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
going
brutal.
the last 20 yards, the snow was that deep. Luckily, people had blazed a trail.
Some.
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah.
doing this.
But you're on the side, and the blazers kind of miss the trail right to the edge of the left.
Yep.
Which no fault. I'm glad to have anything. So,
Yeah.
So if you take the left, the downhill side is going to go off.
Yeah.
So you're constantly trying to play. It's quite a, But anyways, it's been an incredible experience.
Yep, we've learned to alternate socks because our shoes
Yeah.
are soaking wet at the end of the day.
Well, Mike, who passed you, is trying to hit 70 miles a day and finish it in 7 days.
That was the 3 guys.
Yeah, one of them.
The 2 guys that were in the back.
Yeah. First guy with the big back is got a drone and some footage.
Cool.
So, yeah. What's that?
Where are you from?
I live in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, wow. What brings you to Colorado?
Adventure.
Yeah, it's a great state.
Yeah, I'm supporting. I'll be running tonight, so
Where are you from again?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Canada.
So you've been watching NHL playoffs?
You know, I'm the rare Canadian that could just not care less about hockey. Yeah, sorry, man.
I got you.
I'm the rare Minnesotan who doesn't fish.
Yeah. When I lived in the States for a while and I moved up to Canada, I was laughing because the sports section was 8 pages. And I said, man, it's 8 pages, but 7 of them are hockey. And my friends were like, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? It should be 8 pages of hockey. I'm like, not what I'm trying to communicate to you.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, enjoy your day. Well, Chevy Cruise guy got out. One truck came by and pulled him out.
Oh, were you coming down?
No, the people.
We got Dax with me.
Oh yeah. Back in action.
Mile 20. Just left crew about 10 minutes ago. Getting up into the snow right now.
Pretty average views.
Just average. There's Durango back there. Things are going well. The only thing that kind of sucks is my shoe bag may have gotten stolen. Just my bag of like 10 shoes. Had a nice pair of waterproof shoes for this snowy section. So hopefully we just left it at the hotel and it wasn't actually stolen.
Yeah, stay positive.
Stay positive. We're here with the great Matt Van Horn. He's catching some footage, and then Dax, of course.
Yep.
That's what we have to look at right now. Apparently we're getting told by the thru hikers that the trail is nice and muddy and wet from here to Silverton with
Hey, as far as you know, this
a couple of days ago, 2
where's
foot
it go
drifts.
from here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I've just been pulling the app up whenever
You good on the right one now?
Yeah, we're on it. We're good.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna leave you guys.
All
Okay.
right, Matt.
You might hear my drone, hopefully.
Okay. Well, I hope you have good news for me at the next stop that you found my shoes. Good to see ya.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh, that is so beautiful. The only way it would be perfect is if I had my waterproof shoes.
Yeah.
We got Dax.
Yep.
Woo woo. Oh. Just look at this. Look at these snowy ridges. So Dax and I are running into some snow.
Road on the scree, on the snow.
All the Colorado trail hikers have told us there's a lot of snow. They weren't kidding. But thankfully the trail's right there, so it gets dry, at least for that section.
Yeah, this is cold breaking.
Yeah. Keeping the GoPro going in case I slip. Whew. Yeah, it's a little slower, but sure is beautiful.
This is the second crew support location. We have gone through some pretty burly and slick trails to get up here to where the Colorado Trail is. Kyle over there is going to be pacing next, and we are just making sure the vehicles are working well and anticipating an arrival in 1 to 2 hours.
There's one side's welded, and the other side, that piece was like another part weld, and it was detached. So I bet you that's why, you know, the shake of the engine just kind of made it rattle a little bit.
Ben has successfully diagnosed
We'll see.
his rattle in the truck. This early in the deal, you don't want to have too much.
But the nice thing is I'll save that little piece and I can just tack weld it.
This is the piece right here.
Yeah.
That's what he pulled off. All right, here they come. Good work, good work, good work. And
Fireman carry him for about 2
this
miles.
is what he found. We got some shoes for him. Nice work, Senor McKnight and Senor Hock. Very good.
Just in time for dinner. What's on the barbecue?
The hotel didn't have my shoes?
No.
All right.
Well, yeah,
So
brand new
here's
ones to break in.
this maybe compliments of Solomon, and we'll have to see. I'll have to tell you how it's going to work out.
Did you talk to Stephanie?
We have not talked to Stephanie yet. I can't.
It all
post
depends
all
on
that.
your advertising it.
Kyle Curtin took Mike through the first night. He's a local. He knows the area, the trails. He's also a noteworthy 200-mile winner. In fact, he just beat out Courtney DeWalter on the Tahoe 200 one year in what, for 200 milers, looks like a nail biter. So this guy is a real deal and did a fantastic job getting him through. It was great to meet him. All right, doing a battery check. We got 68%. That should be good for 20 miles. Getting ready to head off. We got some shivering happening. This is what we paid our money for. Look at that lake. Perfectly still. Reflection of the mountains. Mist coming off. Just trying to get into a groove here. Lucky to be out here doing this. It is a beautiful morning. We're getting to the road. Kyle said you cross and look left. So Mike is being reborn this morning after a bit of a rough time.
Trying to be reborn.
Yeah, you're there. This is what we paid our money for, Mike. Right here, baby. Look at this trail. This is beautiful. Very runnable at the moment. I know we've got a little bit of downhill before we're climbing. So that's a nice good morning present to loosen up the legs.
Yeah.
Tooling along the side of this hill in an aspen grove and heading up for those mountains and that river. I guess we got to cross that river too, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a wet crossing?
No, it's a bridge.
Oh.
And we're gonna go see a train track that looks like it's straight from Hogwarts.
Really?
Yeah, this is the mountains in the background.
I can't wait to see the Hogwarts train tracks, man. It's gonna be fun. Oh my God, look at this terrain.
The Colorado Trail, it's a nice trail. It's very well maintained.
Look at this. The man's out here to crack at FKT and he's taking memory pictures of the incredible scenery.
You gotta look at that.
You got to, you're right. Absolutely. Holy mackerel, this is something. Good work, Senor McKnight.
It's funny, the guy that got me into ultra running,
Yeah.
so when he got me into it, there's another dude that goes down with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's another dude who's into ultra running.
There's another dude. But then he got married. He was one of the ones that kind of stopped running once he got married.
Oh, really?
But he was still trying to do races.
Oh, no.
So, like, all the races we do together, like, he'd blow up. But every time we then asked him about it, he's like, oh, I was just enjoying it, taking pictures, just having fun.
Yeah.
So now, me and the buddy that got me into trail running, we coined the term whenever we take pictures that we're, so the other guy's name is Joe.
Uh-huh.
So whenever we're taking pictures, we say we're enjoying it.
Enjoying it?
Enjoying it.
That's perfect. Oh, we got a hiker. How's it going? Enjoying your morning and your tunes?
Yeah.
Good for you. Burping up some brisket. There he goes. I'm hoping to breathe a little life into Mike. I was having a rough morning with some hiccups and issues, but it's looking much better now. So, telling stories and enjoying the quality of the trail enjoying it. Enjoying the quality of the trail. Here we go, bridge crossing time. I love the little trail angels who make bridges like these. They are way more fun. It is. Do you know what river this is, Mike? This is beautiful. People watering up.
Yeah, I don't know what. Let me look at the button fat. This might be our last water for a bit.
I recall mile 1, mile 5, which this is probably, and mile 11. Do you want me to look at the sheet?
Well, the guy have to leave just as quick. This tells you where the water's supposed to go. So yeah, it's the Animus River. So it looks like...
Water again. Wasn't that a spot right up there? And right up there.
Yeah, but when it's half full, that means it's seasonal.
How you doing for looking?
I'm good right now. How are you?
I'd go the whole way.
Okay.
Do you want me to go get some water? I've got Dax's pump bag in here. I can pump some for you. Is this empty?
Apple juice, which I haven't touched.
Sure. I don't mind grabbing some.
All right.
And we're alongside the Hogsward Express tracks. Somewhere beyond that peak up there lies the Huff and Puff crew. No, Huff and Puff. That's us today because of the elevation. But when we start going downhill, we will be slithering. We're busting out the poles, the leckies. They got these gloves that clip in. Ben gave me a set to try myself, which I will do. Normally, I just use the straps. So we're gonna see how these go.
That's so nice.
We got a 9-mile uphill, 10-mile uphill with quite a few thousand feet of gain, so it'll just be a steady march. We are just watering up at this little stream.
Stay hydrated.
Mike's bottles are filled.
That's better.
There we go. Don't leave your poles behind, especially if Ben lent them to you, especially because you broke yours a couple days ago.
I'm trying to Tom.
Yeah. I slipped on a rock under snow, leaned on the pole. So I have a 3-piece lecky now that has 6 segments. Here they are, the angels of the trail. Are you guys clearing it?
Right now, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah, we are the trail slaves at the moment. This is Mike McKnight, man. He's aiming for the fastest known time.
Just don't lean on it.
You're good where you're standing right now.
Mike is trying to do the entire trail in 7 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yesterday was 83 miles. Today, we'll see what happens.
I heard the snow is kind of deep up there, but it's probably melted.
It was bad on Indian Ridge, so hopefully it's not worse than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it's melting.
Thank you for being out here.
Yeah. Good rock.
Look at this freshly mulched trail. Colorado mulch is on a different scale, however. I think their grinder might not be working so well.
Yeah, that was some serious fall. Okay.
This trail has been hammered. There's a little bit of flagging to follow to get through. Nicely done.
Man.
This is like the first year of Bigfoot.
This is for sure right here.
There's the trail right ahead. So just head in that direction, you should be good. Man, the scale of this debris chute is massive. There are so many trees. Most of the trees look like they've been dead for a while. So probably why, partially why it slid. This debris field is tricky. It's particularly tricky because it hasn't settled, which means that everything you step on has a chance of moving, sliding, teeter-tottering, or breaking. Nice.
Those are good. 30-minute mile section.
Do you know what? Even with that, I don't think we're at a 30-minute mile. That'll cost us 4 or 5 minutes.
That's nuts.
Just busting out the sunshine again. We're on an incline. Mike reckons it to be the steepest one yet. Still not too bad, but elevation means you're huffing and puffing, at least I am, while this is happening. But look at this. Doing an attempt on the fastest known time on the Colorado Trail.
Oh, cool. Good luck on that.
He's,
Really?
well, closing in on 90 miles in right now. Should finish within 6 or 7 days.
Let's see.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'd look to read about it. You got good sticks, so that's the way to go. It looks like you're sponsored, so all the best for you and everyone.
Have you
Thank
come
you.
from Denver as well?
I did, yeah.
How long have you been on trail?
More than 6 days.
30 days?
I started August 10th, but I had to go off because of the winter storms. So,
Yeah, we had a few people hit there.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy yourself.
Good. Thanks.
Nice shoes. You got the Ultras and the Gators. This, believe it or not, is the trail. We've had several Avalanche sections through here, and they've flagged it, and there's a crew working on it, but we are having to pick our way through the pickup sticks that have been left by what looks to have been quite a considerable avalanche down through here. I love discovering all the different changes on the trail that have happened.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
Now this section's totally runnable here though. A heck of a boulder and talus field here. Looking at the peaks around us, which are spectacular. I keep trying to stop to take a picture and I have to run and catch up to Mike, which is no good in the thin air. But still moving nicely. Running good flat sections in the downhills compared to North Shore trails. The incline is not so bad. Before we get too far along here, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of different content. It makes a big difference for YouTubers like me and content providers if you do subscribe. Also, offer a thumbs up if you would. I appreciate that very much. It helps with the algorithm. So please do subscribe. Please offer a thumbs up. You're just realizing that Mike is almost 20% done. So, got to do that another 4 times. to get where he's trying to go. This next 20% will be good to get in the rear view as it's all high alpine. Breaking it off piece by piece. Just emerging into another meadow here with probably the pass we have to go up. It's going to be switchbacking soon. Mike is just close to 20% done with the 485 miles right now, which is a great effort. Yep. And flagging. This trail has no markings except for where the trail is non-obvious, like this. Wow. Look at him capturing the moment. The massive blowdowns are slowing things a bit, evaluating whether logs are reliable or not. There's a bit of a roulette going on. Heading up to this pass. Wow. Awesome.
Just know, right now, at 11 a.m. Colorado time on Tuesday, I'm suffering. But Carrie's making it a little better, telling me all the stories.
So I was telling him the story about Brandon and Kayla, a couple in Mississippi, southern Mississippi, business owners who I've been coaching a little bit, who wanted to know how we're doing. And Mike's like, oh, tell them. Oh, I guess you can't. I'm like, hey, I'll do a little video. So as we power up this thing with this terrain at 11,000 feet.
This is why the blue arrow is moving so slow right now.
That's why the blue arrow is moving so slow. But the truth is, it ain't. And we're 20% done. So he's doing good. Mike is motoring up still. It is getting to be sparse tree coverage. His mighty brand new Solomons are getting broken in on the hard way, and we are looking at the snow-covered peaks around. Mike just said he's enjoying the climb very much. As am I. Thin air, so we're breathing hard. But this is why we're not battling the crowds. Look at this man go. What a machine.
Primal Kitchen collagen bars.
Primal Kitchen collagen bars.
And olives.
And olives. Yes, thanks, Mike's brother.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. And sushi burritos.
Sushi burritos.
Oh.
I know exactly what I'm having when I get there. One of the sushi burritos, while they're still good. Continuing up the path. I think Mike will be happy to have this one done. Beautiful stream. Green algae and moss. Look at this. It is gorgeous. That on one side and that on the other. Pretty sure that's our pass right there to get through. I'm filming this on my phone. My GoPro was misplaced, rescued, and is being sent back now. So the latter part of this video will probably be on that. In the meantime, on my Google Pixel, we are hiking into Mordor here. There's the crack where Sauron emerges. The all-seeing, burning eye of doom from right here. You want to get on my shoulders?
That classifies as supported, right?
That is supported. Wow. We have just turned the corner into Mordor. Mike was appreciating that we had both a Harry Potter reference and a Lord of the Rings reference. What a cool spot. Look at this. Some little mine structure there. A little marmot, like a giant fat squirrel of the mountains. And more climbing. Just what we love. Good to get some running in to change up the action on your feet. We are in switchback nirvana. Just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth up this. Snow on the trail. And it's actually snowing. So, nice little break in the clouds up ahead. Maybe by the time we hit the next station, we will be back in sunshine. Much of this video is going to be Mike's back and his belt saying, "Leave your comfort zone," which is apropos. Yeah, that's what it says. Maybe just a couple more switchbacks and we will have gotten to the top of this awesomeness. Looks like the pass sign is just ahead. Maybe so, maybe no. It's very rare to actually say we're at the top. But this might be our summit, Mike! Look at that! Woo! Getting there. The weather here is so variable. This is cloud-covered snow coming down. It's kind of nice because it doesn't get you wet. But we started in bright sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. And then, booyah chaka! I wonder what we see just over this edge. Yeah, it does. Ooh! Heck yes. Colorado Trail, yonder. It's like the Scottish plains or the moors, wind blown. Well, I see a trail. Coming across a couple folks on horseback. That's pretty cool.
Is it llamas?
Oh, are they llamas? Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. Do you mind if I say hello to your llamas? chalk this up on things I didn't expect to see out here. How are you guys doing, huh? How are you, lovely? Yeah, you don't know me, but I'm okay.
Oh, good.
What's your name? Chuck Stone. Mike McKnight, Carrie Ward.
Okay, Mike, Gary, let me hold you guys up.
Yeah, what are you doing holding us up?
Hey, listen, stay safe, stay healthy, best of luck.
Appreciate it, my friend.
Thanks for the support, Gary.
Yeah, yeah. And away we go again. Some friendly folks out here, that's what we like. The brotherhood and sisterhood and humanhood of the trail. Let's see what it says. Taking a minute to appreciate the vista behind us. We might even get a little hint of sunshine. This is just alpine terrain. Lucky people.
Fantastic.
We're telling ultra stories. One thing about these types of things, in my life, I've got a lot of friends in ultra distance, racing and running. And then there's the rest of my people, the 90% who don't do it, who basically have no tolerance for talking about ultras for 5 hours straight. So when you're out with someone and you can start yakking about that, it's a quality way to pass some time with birds of a feather.
Right.
It's not me. Pacing him. He did 80 yesterday.
Yeah.
80. He's doing 80 today. The goal is to finish in about a week.
The whole trail?
480 miles.
Oh man, you guys keeping a blog? You got a blog?
Yeah, he's got a, if you look up the low carb runner, you can trace him.
Low carb. That's the way to go. Yeah.
We got some fans. What are your names?
I'm Captain America.
Captain America, I love it.
No trace.
No trace, that's a good Burning Man principle.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, I like it. I'm Carrie, this is Mike. I go by full tilt in a lot lot of places, but it's not really a trail name.
These two are Triple Crowners.
Triple Crowners. So you've done the Continental Divide, ACT, the AT, and
that guy there, his first through hike was the Continental Divide Trail. He started in March.
Dang!
Took him 7.5 months.
Woo!
But that ain't like running the trail, my friend.
No, not at all. You are moving so well, my friend. Yeah, a couple miles to go to Crew at Stony. Hit the reset button, pass it off to Garrett, and we'll see what the next section holds. Temperature good.
Hello.
Howdy, people. Good day, huh?
Have a good one.
It's amazing how many people we see hiking who are not moving. We're getting into an interesting descent here with all kinds of loose, sharp rock footing. But at least it's downhill. Keep the feet dancing across the terrain. Keep moving. Relentlessly, inexorably forward, right over here. What a trail. I am super happy to have been able to pace this section. He's doing good. He's moving, preserving energy, as you must on a week-long effort like this. Got about 1.5 miles to go till we hit the actual trail. I'm gonna let him slide by again. He likes to go forward. All you, buddy. Terrain. It's turning green, sky turning blue. And we are closing in on the cruise station. Maybe 1 mile, 1.5 miles to go. Mike has been quiet, but moving well. Just push through another couple days like this without working too hard, setting yourself up for the back end. So, another day in paradise. Good news, man. There's the road, and we actually see vehicles on it, which means there's going to be a crude station ahead. Crude, probably in the sense of actually being crude, and also because there's a crew there. That is a rebirth. Mike is going to take a 20-minute break and reset, repack, make a few adjustments, head out with Garrett. It is happy days because right up there is the truck and van. We have the van in sight. I let Mike run ahead to do a bit of filming, and he is very relieved to be approaching the van and his truck to get reset. And the weather couldn't be more perfect. This is all about peaks and valleys. And we're about to be with the crew. So thank you for having me out, for trusting me to come along the trail with you, man. Support you. What you're doing is pretty amazing. At some point, this was a dwelling, I'm sure. But right now, it is not. Got a little crew up there. Got a sleep station. Got Matt, the real cameraman, coming. Gonna be a nice little visit. Like a visit to the spa. Crew has jumped into action. We've got everybody preparing. Ryan over here on the bottles. Got Matt on film. Dax taking care of the bag. Feet recovering. Garrett getting ready to go out. All right, there they go. Have a good one. Have fun storming the castle. And they are off one more time. 30 miles. It'll be dark before they get back.
Yeah, and then I'll be on night shift.
And then Dax are jumping in again.
You just don't imagine that you have a road up here.
Look at this. This is the bounciest, crappiest road ever, but it is just amazing. We got Ben up there in the 4-wheel drive van. We got Mike's dirty 4-wheel drive Silverado making it up.
I go rock.
Dax living the good life in the good country.
Keeping it loose.
Thinking about popping the tent up on the top and just sleeping for a while. Kind of like a shake and bake. Waking up, be a perfectly fluffed angel food cake.
Blast off and these drop offs. This is our street here. On the way up, it's just trees and blasted off. On the way down, we are just next to this huge ravine. Van is staying there, being conservative piloted by Mr. Ben Light in a very responsible fashion. And our view all the way down the valley, eventually we'll get to, oh yeah, that.
Say hi, Garrett.
What's happening?
Take a look at this. I know it's been a while since I busted my GoPro out. I've been feeling like crap for the past 24 hours. Finally feeling good again. So naturally, gotta get some footage, right? Here we are descending down into Eddyville. Some really spectacular scenery. Colors, snow peaks. We just came down from over there. Here it passes.
This is a nice warm climate. Well, here is the next crew station. It's a lovely spot. Trail comes in right next to that red pickup. We bounce down this dirt road to get here. I'm putting together a drink for them when they come. A little bit of protein powder and some collagen with some heavy cream, good calories. And I made something for the trail. That right there, that's gonna do the trick. The Full Tilt Special Calorie Bomb. If he takes that out in the trail and drinks it, that'll be a nice little, call it 500 calorie drink. That should be enough for a couple hours. Mike and Dax have just come in. Oh, let me get a box for your feet, dude. Everybody's jumping to action, making sure that he is good to go. Still feeling it a little bit, but it is getting to be more manageable. Lift your feet for a second. There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Nothing but the best.
Mike has posted about this, so I don't mind sharing. After Kyle had dropped off Mike at Molash Pass, Mike was having a bit of a crisis because he wasn't moving quite as fast as he wanted to go. And he was feeling pressure. He was feeling, I think, that he was letting people down a little bit. He'd gotten everybody up this huge effort, and he wanted to cover 80 plus miles a day to do the thing in under 7 days, which was a massive goal. But over the first couple days, with the difficulty in terrain and the snow and the log jams, it was tough for him to imagine that he could keep progressing forward at that rate. So before I went out, he was stuck in the van, just sitting there, and I opened the door. This is it's early morning, just before sunrise, and I peeked my head in. I could see some tears in his face, and he sort of looked at me sheepishly, and I looked at him and I said, "You okay, buddy?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I just need a moment." And I totally understood, like, okay, just back off a little, let him collect himself. He's gonna be back out, but right now he's feeling it. So the best I can do is just keep supporting him to move forward. So what is an FKT, a fastest known time? On the Colorado Trail, there are several different variants. There is a part in the middle where you can go collegiate east or collegiate west. And depending on which route you take, it can change the complexity of the run just a little bit. It's about the same distance, about the same altitude. So there are 4 different records. There is going east to west, and then there's going west to east, and there's collegiate east and collegiate west. The fastest time on the route Mike chose was 8 days and 13 hours. So if he came in under that time, he will have a new FKT. There's also a supported versus unsupported record. Unsupported means you're out there on your own, you don't have crew, you don't have pacers, you're doing it all by yourself. Supported, which is what Mike was doing, has people there to pace, has people there to meet and restock and that sort of thing. It's a different type of animal. Obviously, supported is faster than unsupported. Well, just rejoined Mike, had a day away. He's close to halfway done and feeling a little rough. I'm going to jump in on this section with him. So I am just prepped and ready to go. He'll probably be about another 15 minutes here, providing he's not needing a sleep. We're next to Highway 50. It's a 20-mile segment, 3,500 feet of climbing, 3,500 feet of descending, something like that, or maybe a little bit more. So it'll probably take us into the evening. Happy to be back. Mike is moving along quite nicely now up the hill after having warmed up post aid station. That's Highway 50 that the crew station was at. We're in a little train here with world famous filmmaker and videographer Matt behind us, sneaking up. Oh yeah, look at him. He's ready to go. A lot of up and down. Terrain has turned to cactus instead of what we had before, which is a lot of lichen and big trees, moss, stuff like that. Oh yeah. Do you need water or you just want to splash some water on your face?
I'm just gonna submerge.
Probably the best place is right here. Let me hold your pack. It's just the easiest to get down there.
Can you hold this, or?
I can hold everything. Gotcha. The legendary Rudy glasses. This is where he's reborn. Baptized in the spring of Colorado. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Happy camper?
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels nice to put a little on your knees, just like gets you fresh. That's it. Reborn. This. Oh my God, look at that rabbit. Now we got a pacer. Look at that. Look what God provided you, Mike.
Yeah, right.
A rabbit to run after. Oh my gosh. This is pretty. These big aspen stands are actually one organism, believe it or not. So we conquered the top of the first climb, it looks like, and now we're just rolling up and down. Listen to the coyotes. That is a crap ton of coyotes.
It's awesome.
That got a smile. Oh yeah.
Right now we have Carrie howling to the coyotes.
My people. Isn't that awesome? That is fantastic. The lighting. It's just getting to be that golden time of day where you got a bit of sunshine, illuminating the trail. Probably caught a couple hours of daylight left. We were running the descents, which is real nice. Little water hole here at the side, like a moose bath. Last night, Dax and Mike came across a family of moose. How close do you say they were?
20 feet.
20 feet?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to be around a moose with babies 20 feet away, so that's pretty cool. Cranking away. So we're just talking through how it's going. We're moving in close to halfway. We're not quite up to 3.5 days. And Mike last night had the blessing of multiple dirt naps while he was with Ryan in the middle of the night, which is something that in the past has been tough, but now he's able to check out and hit the reset button, which is a vital blessing when it comes to covering multi-day efforts like this. Filmmaker in the wild. Matt capturing his elusive subject, the McKnight cheetah, flying through the forest in search of his prey. Matt is our own personal elf on a shelf. Keeps disappearing up, then reappearing, running up the hill, coming back down, finding a good vantage point and going from there. Wow. My bag, getting out some snacks to make a little aid station offering for him to keep him inspired and hungry. Just a bunch of random stuff. If he wants any of it, I'm happy to offer. So I'm going to eat something myself too. It's this beautiful stream next to us, and we'll see how he's doing when he comes up. Oranges, cashews, beef jerky, dates, figs. And jalapeno chips that are left over from my Burning Man effort. This is one of the water spots. How are you doing? Do you want any of this? Korean jerky, gum, dates, grapes, candy, cashews, chips, any of that.
Are they just plain chips?
No, they're jalapeno.
I might try some of those. Did you get my filter out?
Mm-hmm. Balancing the expensive camera, making it across. Oh, well done. Nice work. Mike's legs are a bit swollen, along with his hands and ankle a little bit here and there, which is an electrolyte issue, and just being on your feet for that long without a proper recovery. The Matt Perazzi heading past. Do you want me to pummel him and give you a work? Are you sure? I'm happy to.
Yeah, I think so. I don't want that right now.
I'll try not to be insulted or disappointed. Mike has decided to try and pull down this tree, stretching out the hips. Doing a little yoga, trail yoga.
Massive.
Massif.
Yeah, we're going to all those 14s.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, see what happens.
No
we
one's
were we were planning to do the no last 14, but it's
Ooh.
not, it's not happening.
That's hard.
No hard weather.
Weather, yeah.
Yeah. So the
Snow.
Yeah, so it's not. But at least we're gonna do something.
Yeah, adventure story, right?
Good luck. You're doing great.
He's doing the whole trail, trying to set the fastest time.
Wow. Awesome. What's your name?
Mike McKnight.
Okay.
What's your name?
Noé.
Noé.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Noé?
Mexico. We were the other guy and I. We were from Mexico. We were trying to do the no last 14 as a Latin American, but because the weather, we're not gonna do it.
Do you know Julio Angel?
It's there.
Is that him?
That's here.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine. You ran the 200s with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Julio. That's why. So now what I'm gonna do is to crew Julio and see how far he can go, but it's not happening because of the weather.
Oh my gosh.
See, Julio's in there, and I am.
Do you know Julio? Oh my gosh. Julio.
Yeah, I have been in Hard Rock 3 times and the Barkley as well.
You have?
Yeah.
You've been in the Barkley?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, you get a loop, 2 loops, fun run?
Oh my God, Barkley is another word. Yeah, so.
Dude!
Yeah, we went to Tour de Giants and all that stuff. We like this stuff.
I'm Kerry.
Oh, Kerry.
I ran the Bigfoot with him. And
Okay, I gotta tell him. He's there.
how far? Well, tell him to run up. We're not stopping. I'm not stopping him. He's got to go. He's got to set a record.
Go.
Of these random trail connections. You up for a story, Mike? So at Bigfoot, I'll come just in front of you here. Matt will be pissed off for a second, but whatever. So at Bigfoot, first year they ran it, his buddy who's on the trail, Julio, is there, and he's asking about the timing and saying, you know, I got a flight to catch on a certain time. And me and my buddy Sammy and Rick were listening to him ask the questions and sort of thinking, that's going to be rough. If he's got a time commitment on the other end and he's trying to get through this 200 miles with all this elevation. And we were impressed. I'm like, man, who's this guy? And then, well, Bigfoot is a bear, as you know. And we get a report partway through. The section above Klickitat or whatever, the first year, had almost 0 marking and there's no trail. So we were essentially stumbling around the dark for most of the night, heading in the right general direction, but not confident. And I got through it thinking, man, we got through this, but I don't know how anyone else is gonna get through this, especially if they're by themselves. I was with Wes Rittner and Tori, a gal who is pacing me, aside by the filmmaker, so I'm not always in the shot. So I'll run up and finish the story for Mike. What's that? Oh, he's doing one more. Okay. Continue the story, and I'll stop if Matt does his picture. But so Julio has this huge smile, like the most infectious smile. I'm thinking, God, this guy's, you know, pretty cool ultra guy come up from Mexico to do this. I get to the finish, and Candace asks, how was the course? I said, the course is magnificent, except for one section. And she sort of, her face just goes dark. I'm like, oh no, is it the, I said, it's that one, man. That was so tough. And she said, yeah, the guy marking it ran out of tape and came with the intention of going back and never did. So Julio, apparently, because there's no freaking marking anywhere for a long time, it doesn't look like anything like a trail. You know the section, I think. Julio gets lost. And for 12 hours, keeps going out, trying to find the trail, comes back. All the way out, tries to find the trail, comes back. So it looks like a giant asterisk, always coming back to the same point. And they're watching him on the tracker. And he, after 12 hours, and the race director's watching and seeing him go the wrong way, they sent Richard Kresser out. And Richard finds him. And Julio's like, oh my God, Richard. He says, I lost the trail. And Richard says, I know, we've been watching you. And he says, where is the trail? Because it's daylight at this point. He says, the trail light's right, is right here. This is where it goes. And he says, "Oh, thank you." And without a word, jumps on the trail and continues running to the end. So a 12-hour delay. That, like spirit. You want me out, Matt? I love it out here in the middle of the Colorado Trail with no one around. You see a random dude coming your way, covered with the right type of gear, and me from Canada, Mike from Utah, him from Mexico, all converge with that common interest. It is a small, rich, and diverse community. Mike is stretching out his knee a little. It's giving him a bit of trouble on the way on the downhills, and they're steep. Luckily, a lot of them are behind us, but it's good to take a break every now and then and give your legs a reset. Hashtag yoga runners of Instagram. Whoa, did you hear that fly away?
Yeah.
Whatever that big bird was, probably an owl or something, Mike just scared the bejesus out of it with his horking. Getting stuff in his throat, having to clear it out every now and then. There's a bit of irritant in the air, and he's been going 3.5 days, so that's kind of par for the course. Your mental's better?
My knee.
Oh, your knee's better.
A little better.
So Mike just sort of stopped on the trail for a minute, stared off into the distance, and Matt and I were a bit quiet. And I think you were only standing for maybe a minute. Then he takes off and he starts running and moving a lot better than he was previous to standing there. We're running along, and all of a sudden he says, "I think I fell asleep back there." He fell asleep just standing there. And he's like, "Yeah, I feel more alert. Even my knee feels better." So, the miracle of micro naps. Not often done standing up. That's expert level right there. We are heading downhill. Mike is not loving the more steepish downhill. We've got probably between 2 and 3 miles to go to the crew station.
No, just a mile.
Just a mile?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just a mile. Matt has disappeared off the back, as he is wont to do. Elf on a Shelf is no longer with us. If he doesn't show up a little while after we arrive at the crew station, we will send out a search party and find him. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my God. Look at this. Who is that? Hey, buddy. Oh, that's beautiful.
Garrett and I are dropping down some descent. Forgot what it's called. But at almost mile 300, National Forest. Here's a Garrett. Yeah, almost at mile 300. A couple more days. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm tired. Almost done though, relatively.
The section around Clear Creek was 4.5 days in, and I had come back to help pace one more time because they were a little shy on pacers. They didn't have so many in the remote areas, and that was going to be a critical time. This was, in my view, the make it or break it. Whether you got through this 4th, 5th day, if you get through the 4th or 5th day and you only have, let's say, 150 miles to go, you're 2/3 the way through, it's not downhill, although some of it is downhill, but it becomes much easier once you've busted through that halfway point and you've broken the back of your 5th night out there without much sleep. So we got through that section and it felt like, okay, he's got a handle on this. So at that point I thought, all right, I'm gonna stick around and see it through to the end with my buddy John.
We're to this point.
Mike is starting to confuse days.
I got
Big,
no
long
I got,
blur.
What week is it? What week is it?
2 days.
Getting ready for the 3rd pacing stint on the 4th day, is it? Garrett just came off duty. 5th day?
5th day.
I was going into the 5th day, but we've had 4. Yeah.
4 full days.
Yeah.
We're on day 5.
Yeah. Mike's looking after his feet on the luxurious Solomon Ottoman. That Solomon Ottoman, they do a little work on it because it's collapsing right now. Mike's sun is coming down. He's got the truck coming in. Come on, keep it going. Go, go, go. Nice, nice, nice. Look at that. That's gonna be like Mike on the trail.
It's Friday.
This. We got blood.
All the people better say that's such a good.
Marching along here up the switchbacks. We just came up from down there. You can just see the vehicles. Sun is setting next to me and it's about 6 o'clock. I got out about 5:50. Probably be finishing somewhere around the new day. So it's interesting being with someone who's been out on the trail non-stop for 4.5 days. We're moving into the 4.5 day mark in a couple hours. Mike is saying he is almost in a dreamlike state, feels high, barely able to process, but he's just moving forward. So you have a singularity of attention, focus, and purpose when you get to this point. And the only way you can do that is by paying the price to get to this point, which is 4.5 days of superhero effort. And then it's just a game of maintaining consciousness as you go. But it's good office to be in, looking at the terrain around. Good job, bud.
This is disgusting, I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. It's part of the journey, part of the story. You do not need to worry.
Okay, go.
There you go. Well done.
Huh?
I said, well done.
And that's to you too, dude. Good luck. I'll see ya. Bye.
That's a class move. What's your friend Andrew doing?
He's someone I coach. He's doing his first 100-miler tonight.
That's pretty awesome to be able to send him a message while you're doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad I have service.
Mike is celebrating a goal right now. He asked me how many hours had terminated, and we're 106 hours in, and he's gonna cover 300 miles in the cutoff time of a 200. It's nice to have other goals. God, that would be a hell of a goal to accomplish. Well done, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
300 in the cutoff of a 200. And he's moving nicely. Now, we just rolled back up to camp. We got John and Ryan and Garrett. Little family get together. And Ben here with some delicious goodness. Yam fries.
Here you go, buddy. I'll let you in the truck.
We are running through kind of a high desert scrub right now. Very different than what we've been in. We left the last aid station having some good yam fries. Mike's wife read him a bunch of the social media comments, I think, and we are looking to hit another 10 miles in the next few hours and get him asleep. So, hustling through. All right. Mike is taking a 1-minute dirt nap on the trail. 1 minute is up. In fact, I gave him 2 minutes. Time to get him going. All right, buddy. Let's do this. Good work. Feels good to be still for a second. Hold on to the poles. Let me wipe the stuff off your legs. Here's your glasses so you can see again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know which bottle is which. I don't know if it matters. I'll get the other one in. There we go. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Good work. We are marching through just a sea of brush on a very sandy trail. I got my Kogala light here, which I'm trying out. It's 5 LEDs attached to a cord that has a big battery attached to it, which you can swap out. And it lights up quite nicely. I think that's even Might not even be the highest position. Let me see. Oh, see, now it's getting dimmer. Then it'll flash. And now it's gonna get brighter and brighter and brighter until it actually flashes again. And when it flashes again, I know that's as bright as it goes. So it's pretty decent for nighttime running on a trail. Mike back there has one as well. So between the two of us, we can see quite a bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Woo. 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 Wow. That was a trippy interlude. We're listening to Rocky theme music. It's gotten delirious and loopy. Right now, Mike is hallucinating two monkeys on a four-wheeler. I'm sorry I wasn't able to see those, but I got to cut the Rocky theme because if I ever play this on YouTube, it'll get a digital rights hit. But hopefully that gave you just a little bit of inspiration, Mike. He has paid the price requisite to actually see hallucinations like that, which is 4 days of walking. New song for Mike. He's trying to identify it. Here it comes. I ran so far away. This is your line. So 1:30 in the morning here, we're cruising along, listening to Joe Rogan, talking to Miley Cyrus. Seems to have hit a sweet spot. It's keeping Mike going here. We've got maybe 3 miles left to get to the station. An interesting phenomenon, especially at the beginning and with pacers who don't know Mike that well, is this guy is a top flight runner, a world-class runner, and you don't want to be the one to slow him down. You don't want to be the one to think, oh my God, he's having to hold back because of me. So there's some nerve-wracking, are we going to jump in early or are we going to wait for him to get a little bit more tired before we get into it? But once he ground out his energy on the first 20 miles, it became easier to stick with him.
It's Saturday, about 350 miles in. That's 350, and I'm feeling it. I don't know if you can hear, I'm losing my voice.
We are coming out of the aspen grove and to a place where you can see mountains on both sides covered with snow. Here we go. Happy camper. Ooh. Your own personal hot spring. John and I were able to take a day off and head to Aspen, Colorado, a place where I used to live, and go and visit a hot springs at 11,500 feet called Conundrum Hot Springs. It was an incredible day off. Even though I did another 18 miles on my feet in climbing and descent, it was amazing. And that was just what we needed to get back into the swing of pacing.
I'm exhausted. I probably slept 5 hours this week.
is getting to the next place and picking up your runner. And there is a god almighty traffic jam behind us. You can see the cars going by. It took us way longer for us to get here because of all this traffic back here. And Mike and his pacer are not far off, so we are just in time again. I'm not pacing this next section, but I will probably be picking up in the middle of the night, and I'm going to try and get some sleep at some point so that I'm ready to go for just under a 30-mile segment.
5 o'clock.
He has arrived.
So,
hey, buddy, how's it going?
You want that over the shirt?
I jacked my leg up.
Oh no, you fell down? Or just
no, like it's blown or something.
Really?
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Well, that's a concern.
No, this is helping.
It worked really well. Makeshift. It was excellent. Well, it tried to use his tights, but the end of the tights were too tight.
Oh,
so
no.
it just like cut off the circle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
So is that like a buff?
It's a buff, yeah.
Ooh, look at those abs.
Multifunctional.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Looking good.
He's like, who are you?
So amusingly, they found $2 on the trail. It's a money-making exploit here.
Right.
And Nora wrapped up his knee with a buff, which he probably can't see at all. So he's peg-legging it along.
That's right.
So we'll see how this works.
Pressure point on his IT.
Yeah, it's nice and tight.
It's actually right above. So that's where it just sitting right there, and the Tylenol was like,
Really?
like we were messing with it for like.
And over here, we got the next pacer up.
Hey.
Hey. Do you put Moose away?
We
Yeah.
put him back.
Oh my God.
He's getting too excited.
Oh, it's exciting. This has been like a Formula One pit stop compared to some of the others here. Let's come in, get some pizza, get some sushi. It is a monster truck. All right, man. He is in get it done mode. And that's not even D-O-N-E, that's D-U-N. Oh, look at that, getting a little love on the way out.
You ready?
There's Greg saying goodbye to his lovely. And Moose. Moose, you're not his lovely.
Another piece of pizza while you walk out.
No, I don't want to overeat.
Okay, see you, Nora.
See you later. Absolutely. Go crush it.
Have fun.
As we got closer to Denver, more people became available to Mike and Ben to fill in the gaps with crewing and with pacing, so it became a little bit easier. Also, there was a little bit of a swell on social media as people were following his progress and realizing that, man, this guy's actually probably going to come close to or break the record. So people started to pay attention, and we had more support out there.
All right, here it is, the glamorous side of crewing and pacing. Sleeping bag. I got my backpack pretty much ready to go here. I got a hat and shoes. I'm in a sleeping bag. I forgot somewhere between 1 hour and maybe almost 2 hours to sleep before I gotta go out with Mike for a pretty good chunk of time. All right. So it's 2:25 a.m. Look at Noble John is there. We got Matt recording all the business. Sarah's popping back into the Love Shack.
Oh, wake the baby up.
And Ben is getting things sorted out in the...
Only thing I can think of, you know, that's the only thing I can say. Get it over with. You got it. It'll loosen back up. It just those long stops are gonna tighten it, you know.
First steps are creaky.
All right, guys.
Thanks, brother. We'll see you in a bit. No poles?
No. Hey, Ben.
Yeah, man.
We have my white watch ready for the next place.
Yep, white watch. Charged.
Yeah.
All right, body's going to be loosening up here shortly. Ben, the crew chief of crew chiefs, has left because this woods is so confusing to follow. He's left a whole trail of wood to get us back to where we need to be. So just following Mike along this. There's a couple campsites back here, and then we'll get back onto GPS. Yeah, this wood trail is amazing. Logs on either side, otherwise this would be quite confusing. So Ben has just asked me, Mike. Oh, sorry, yeah, Mike, now I'm getting all screwed up. Mike has just asked me what my thoughts are in terms of finishing. He's hoping to do it before tomorrow night. Well, it's really tonight, since now it's Monday. So in about 7 hours, we're going to be passing the exact 7-day mark. And right now, from where we are, we've got, according to my calculations, about 55 miles to go. So if you want to finish before tomorrow night, let's call daylight might be tough. Daylight finishes at 7. Here it is 2. That means 7 hours less than 24. That'd be tough. You'd have to run a good bit of it. Before midnight, I think you can definitely do that. That gives you 22 hours to cover 55 miles with a net descent. So if you're feeling saucy and finish line is approaching in your head and you're alert and you can keep going, definitely a chance of finishing in the evening tonight. Mike's just telling me he thinks he also broke his toe somewhere. It's very numb. Which foot?
Left foot.
Left foot. Well, that'll be a special prize for you to deal with tomorrow on the drive home. He's got a interview in person tomorrow. What time?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Oh, that's good. It gives you a little bit of time to drive. Nothing like living at full tilt. Have it right here in front of us. There he goes. Hey, buddy, where you going? Oh. I was going to invite him to run out in front of Mike for a while. Gonna go back and catch him up here. He's moving pretty good at the moment, considering well over 400 miles in. This is a 16-minute mile we're on, which is not setting the world on fire, but we did stop a couple times, and his pace between power hiking and this type of run has been solid. Having a little trail nap under a tree here. Mike is just resting there, totally out cold. I'm gonna get my gloves on. It's cold. It's definitely below freezing right now, so can't keep him still for too long, otherwise he will get cold. Beautiful clear night. There's a stream down there. We just heard an almighty kerfuffle and big ass moose. I think probably best to keep going. Well, I saw a moose, even though it was just a black object. Dang, dude. That was bizarre, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was wondering, what kind of thing is that? Is that a avalanche or rock fall? Just keep going. It's scary when you can still hear it.
You good here?
Mike has got the music going now. You know it's serious. Hopefully that'll bring us into morning and daylight. It's well below zero still, but as long as we're moving, it's warm enough. Mike is taking his bottles out because he is about to have a 5-minute dirt nap on the trail. He's just walking zombie in terms of falling asleep. I'm trying not to take it personally. I was telling him a story and he just comes to a dead stop. Now he's looking for a good spot. That looks fantastic. Look at that bed. Snow White couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm giving you 5 minutes, dude. Enjoy. Here he goes. And this is a guy who says he has trouble sleeping on the trail. That's your 5 minutes, man. Let's do it. I got your flasks. You got your glasses there. We're gonna turn your Kogala on. We're gonna keep moving. We got about 7 miles to the next station and it'll be light when we get there. It'll be a new day, a new beginning. You'll be ready to rumble. Good stuff, man. You want to hit your light? Yeah, I got you. Oop. Let me get that on for you. Yep, you got it. There you go. All right, let's do this. Trying to get your music back on. There we... That's what I'm talking about. He's on the trail. He's moving. Take a right. It's like having my real life personal zombie I get to follow through the woods. Woo! Mike is just saying his deja vu is off the charts right now. Every section feels like he's already done it, and he's already done it with me at this time of day. That's the kind of delirium and hallucinationville that you live in after a week with very little sleep and sustained physical effort. This Solomon buff is keeping the wheels moving on this tired train at the moment. Mike's knee's giving him a good bit of grief, but he keeps soldiering forward, even running. We've got 4-ish miles to go to the next crew. Sun is just rising. We just got a hint of a signal. We are moving in right now, probably 2.5 miles from, we're 13.2 into a 16-mile leg. Just telling Mike when he showed up at the last station, I'd been asleep for about an hour in the car with John, and he arrived and I stayed in my sleeping bag because it's freaking cold out, and John got off and went to find out what was going on, and the call was Mike's gonna sleep for 30 minutes. So I stayed in the car thinking, okay, I'll get another 30 minutes sleep because I haven't had that much before this night. By the way, look at this forest. This is magical. Look at this. We are so lucky to be out here running this. Even if some people don't think so right now because they've been running for 480 miles. So I go back to sleep and I have this dream. I had my first pacing dream. So the pacing dream is Mike comes in and I've got to get to him and I need my pack, but my pack and he are in different places and I have to get back and get my pack before he leaves, otherwise I'm not gonna have my stuff. But I'm gonna go no matter what. Reading comments to some of the posts here. Wes Rittner, Wes chimes in. Sounds like great adventure. That's true. And Alicia Woodside, she's who I was telling you about, my red-haired runner adventure pal. Oh, oh, but she says he has the world's best pacer on his side. Oh well. Thomas Tremblay, wow, so crazy. Let's go, Mike. Rick Rushka, amazing effort, Mike McKnight, so awesome. Jimmy Vid, or VDD, go Mike McKnight, go. Josh Baker, woot woot, you got this. Joe Jankelson, you got this, Mike. Either way, we are all proud of you. Kind of nice to get all that support, right?
Yeah, super nice. Super nice.
See, you touched him so badly, people, that he's got a frog in his throat now. Getting all verklempt. Left Mike back there. About a third of a mile from what should be the cruise station. So I'm just going to make sure people are conscious when he comes in so there's no time wasted. He's looking good. I think he's going to want to be pretty quick. Okay. Probably tights off would be good. Yeah. Here is the action right here.
Oh my gosh.
Hash brown, sausage, and blasting.
Blasting.
Oh. Chris on deck. This is his stomping ground. He's going to go through the next couple sections.
Those are rabbit. What?
Ben, man in the Coleman right here.
Yeah, they're rabbit.
Making sure people get fed.
Oh.
They have an FKT short from FKT. Yeah, you know, so.
Dang. I've never seen that colorway. I like that.
It's 8:50, which means in 5 minutes it'll be 1 week effort. And then by week, I mean the actual time period, not week like is in strength, because it's pretty insane record so far.
Where are we going?
This one.
Yeah,
but nice.
Road. You get to see what we drove up.
You see what the Prius is.
So,
on your marks. Get set. John, race him. Race him, John.
Then you will pull something.
Go!
Wait, where is it? This road?
Just follow the road.
On this road, yeah. All right, let's go.
On your marks. Get set. Go! Look at him go. He's striding away. Woo-hoo! Free flying like a bird. Oh, that was fun. Oh. Enough of that nonsense. Are we out of sight?
Where are we going? We're just gonna follow this down a ways and then we're gonna cross a little dirt road. Get back on the trail.
Yeah, I'm really embarrassed I don't recognize you.
Oh, dude, come on, man. You just ran 420 something miles? Fast.
I'm really embarrassed.
That is correct, Chris. Chris just figured out why I look familiar, because he's watched some of the race videos I've done.
Watched a bunch of them.
Which ones are you? Probably the 200s and
yes,
some other
exactly.
ones? Yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Running with a whole bunch of people I know from screens.
From screen? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Ben and Mike, you.
So Mike is coaching Chris right now, and Chris is aiming to get a sub 20 100 scheduled sometime in the future.
The near future.
Look at Mike dancing down the trail like a freaking ballerina.
Staying nimble.
Mike, be nimble. Mike, be reasonably fast. Mike, jump over the moose's ass. To keep sheep guarded?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, look at him. Giant white dog.
Yeah, one time I was hiking through this section and they came and bit my butt.
Really?
Yeah, not hard. But they're like, hey, get out of here.
These are my sheep. Oh yeah, we got a hunter here. That's probably his dog. Now we know Mike is actually delirious. He's talking tattoos, how to get, because we got all this artwork on Chris. We got legs and arms, and Mike's thinking about memorializing the whole experience with something that combines the Brawl 300, which they just did, and then this as well. So yeah, I think a bear with Ben's face in it is perfect.
Or it's like a bear looking around at me, but it's Ben's face on it.
I approve of that 100%.
He has this like visual smirk on his face.
Oh my God. It's gotten warm, so Mike has resorted to sponge bath with some of the water that Chris brought. I'll bet that feels good.
It really does. Almost waking me up a little bit.
Look at this. Giant freaking mushroom rock. That thing is ginormous. So cool. That's the gun range that we just passed. Did we mention there's a gun range? We saw the sign after we'd come through. Mike's just taking a moment. That was a nice little stop because it was a pretty place. He got to get off his legs for a minute. And he also ate. I've been carrying around some figs, date chews, and grapes. And he ate all three, which is great. So now we're trucking back along. I'm digging the two-pacer arrangement here. This is nice. Yeah, instead of grunting at me, incoherent grunting, middle of the night, he's like, blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Blah, blah, blah. God damn it, I can't hear a damn thing. Michael, from his last nap in the trail, the 4-minute face down, woke up with a paw full of drool. But I did get a little bit of a close-up of you with your...
I was snoring.
Not really. It was sort of a cute little snuffle. Not really a snore.
I was crying. I mean, it's a snuffle.
Snuffle, like, you know.
Not snuffle.
Yeah. Oh, check this out, man. I love these giant boulders here.
Yeah, each one is a campsite, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Those being campsites. It's hilarious running this trail with Mike and coming across the campers and backpackers, because they look at you and maybe it's like 8 p.m. and they've just set up camp and you're running through like an idiot with a tiny bag and they're like,
wondering where you came from.
Exactly. Where'd you come from? Durango. What? Where are you going? Denver.
So
like, what the hell are you doing out here? Like, where are you going? How long have you been on the trail? I've been on the trail 35 days.
How about you? A week.
Well, it's been like 4 days, you know. 4 days and you're 280 miles from yeah, that's like 70 miles a day. Yeah, that's right. That's why Mike is having trouble keeping his eyes open.
Get Mike to the interview.
So the hilarious part about this whole deal is Mike has got an interview in Boise.
No, in Logan.
In Logan. Okay, sorry, Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City area.
No, Logan.
Logan. Sorry, people from Logan don't like to be confused with Salt Lake City,
2 hours
apparently.
north.
Man, Salt Lake City is pretty good, right?
No, they're just so far apart.
Okay, north of Salt Lake City at a small place called Logan that's very unique.
Yeah.
And he's got a 4 p.m. interview tomorrow. That is insane. And he's got to drive there. Luckily his wife stayed, so he doesn't have to drive by himself now.
And she's probably slept just as much as I have.
And we are laughing at the state of Mike when he shows up to the interview. Dude, you cannot avoid the subject. You have to tell them why you appear like you do. They will be impressed and hire you on the spot.
If I show up like this?
Yeah. Maybe you do have a shower first. But having gone through a few multi-day efforts like this, you're not going to look normal tomorrow. So you just got to tell them.
Yeah, if that's not an impressive way to start an interview, I don't know what is.
Just before we begin, I'd like to just explain a little bit about my potential disheveled appearance. I did not go on a bender last night. For the last 9 days, I've been driving to and from Colorado and running 500 miles on a trail to set a record. So I may not be exactly like I would be ordinarily.
What does Will Ferrell say in Anchorman? He yells at some people. He yells at shut the camera off. I can't think of what I'm trying to say.
Insert classic Will Ferrell Anchorman line.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I was gonna say, it comes out a lot faster than mine does.
It's newer.
You might need to
And I just cleaned it.
clean your filter, or backwash it. Mike's going to town on the spring water like a drunken sailor. I think he wants to dip his shirt too.
Okay.
Chris very kindly has brought his filter, which means we don't need to mess with Mike's backpack. Weird guttural noises are the norm.
The rules are meant to be broken though.
Not when it's gluten.
Mike's rule is no gluten, but caved into the donut provided by the temptress Nora yesterday is the best of intentions. But then the inflammation happened and his knee got all swole in the bad way and it starts hurting. So that's the donut rule. Do not give in to gluten urges. Okay, that was a stretch.
That was good.
Looks like we got a bunch of mountain bike tours here. That's cool. They got all their gear. You guys camping out and doing the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
On the long haul.
That's awesome.
How many miles you guys putting in today?
He's doing the FKT right now.
Really?
Yeah.
He left Durango exactly a week ago.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
You guys too.
Cheers.
Come on, guys.
Go. The Primal Kitchen bar is going in.
Collagen.
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 Powering him along. Constant reminders to grab something to eat or to drink are important while you are pacing. Every half hour to 45 minutes. Make them an offer, and unless they strongly refuse, then try and push something on them even if they don't want it. Because the whole name of the game is fueling. Eat, drink, move forward, as Carl Melcher would say. And that's very true with this kind of effort. Because if he doesn't eat another hour or two, his body's gonna go like, hey, don't forget about the eating part, even though you don't feel hungry. So the Primal Kitchen bar helping out a lot. Every now and then Mike sort of sways and slows down for a second, and you just got to ask him what he saw. So this was a puppy, a little black one with pointed ears. We didn't see it. It doesn't exist. I think he heard me.
Shaded area.
Chris has just done a pacer solid and remembered that we're halfway through and that the instructions from Ben are drink the Ensure Plus. Oh my God, that is an endorsement. That is a ringing endorsement. That is a ringing endorsement. That's 350 calories of awesomeness that will get you down the trail. Except unfortunately, I think they bought strawberry flavor instead of chocolate. Oh, that's chocolate. Good. Oh, thank God. I think you had to suffer through some strawberry at some point. Oh, terrible.
Complete balanced nutrition. It's got
Eat.
carbs, fats, and proteins.
He has no balance right now, so this should be good. More good pacing gems. Mike is wanting to follow a little bit. So pacing is about maintaining a little bit of a distance and letting the terrain dictate how fast you go, and being sensitive to how far back someone is. I don't want to go tearing off, and I don't want to have him too close to me, I feel like I'm slowing him down. So I let the terrain pretty much dictate. Kind of look ahead and then take a walk every now and then. And then as soon as it turns downhill again, ride the downhill. Oh, nicely done, whoever that was. Here's a swimming hole.
Kind of. Postponed it a bit.
Look at this. We've come across a friend on the trail. He's running the other way though, so.
I'm coming back now.
Nice to meet you, Golden.
Yeah.
You ready to do a very fast, aggressive downhill run?
It's pretty uphill the next mile.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good.
400 plus foot climb in the next mile. But then it's rolling and smooth after that, nothing big.
Welcome to the pacing party.
Thank you.
I'm Carrie.
I didn't realize there were 3 in this party. I thought there were only 2.
Well, they were plans. It's overlapped, so. So novelty really helps keep people alert. Since Golden came, he's a friend of Mike's from work. He's from Ultra, a shoe company. They've just been chitter-chatting back and forth. And Mike has found new life. So changing things up, having conversations, keeps the Sandman at bay and keeps consciousness in play. Look at these rocks.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little scraggy.
You saw it from really far away, and it looks all different.
Look at this view. Need another river?
Yeah.
Or do you want to soak in some water? Colorado Trail. Check this out. Dude is 450 miles in, taking photographs. You want me to take one of you?
No, it's okay.
Take a photo.
Any else?
One of us to prove we were here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put that cool rock on one side of us. Did it come up?
Now it's wanting to face ID here. So we are moving forward, up and down. Sort of a pea gravel like situation, kitty litter, rolling. See a few mountain bikers. Scraggy Mountain is behind us. Having Golden visit has been a breath of fresh air. Spirits are good.
Yes, sir.
Mike is getting showers from Chris, and he's gotten the Golden shower as well, except that was only dribbling out for a bit.
It's so cold.
So,
It's pretty weak sauce.
Yeah, I know. It was cold, to your credit, but yeah, the gravity feed not working.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that string
cold
of
mountain water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, got a little electrolyte drink.
Sure.
With ice?
Straight whiskey.
Is this is gourmet right now.
What was that? Sustain.
Never heard of them. That's tasty.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I ended up pacing about 100 miles of the 485 that Mike did. I jumped in 6 different occasions when the need was great. Went through a couple night times where I think we really broke the back of the hardest part. Matt Van Horn was also filming a higher end video. It'll be shorter, much better edited than mine. You should go over and check that out for sure, because he has footage from beginning to end.
Mine is a little bit more of a narrative and more like a feature-length film style of thing, but go over and check out Matt's video that would be up on his channel or Mike's channel. I'll put a link to it in the description.
Ben's here trying to get some DoorDash delivered for my steak dinner.
Steak dinner and keto ice cream. 4 different kinds. Gold and I are gonna run down the trail, hopefully not too far, and we'll be back. This will be fun. The end of
Fun, guys.
an epic journey.
Yeah.
There it is, the official finish line right here. Golden approved.
Oh yeah.
When we get back here in hopefully a very short time, that innocuous sign will represent the end. We got some critters.
I forgot you're not supposed to be out here after dinner.
Oh, we're not? Are they back there? They go under the fence.
They did them in the crest. 'Cause they weren't small.
That looks like maybe a den there. About to see Golden attacked by a coyote. We're just reaching, I don't know, 3.5 miles in or something. There is a dam here, and the spillway has an underwhelming amount of water going over it. It's the Danger Dam. Or is it just saying danger? There's a dam here. Yeah. All right. We see some headlamps in the distance. It could be. It's 9:25. That looks like a few people. Woo! Look at them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at these guys running 5 wide on the Colorado Trail. That is fantastic. Good work, everybody. Look at these guys. 6 wide. Going down. A lot of red.
Well, it's 2 terrible ways. It's terrible in that you have this rocky, crappy single track, and then it's terrible that this is your glory of finishing 6 mile road.
It might as well be dark. Sarah, how are you doing?
Good.
Are you enjoying this out here?
I've actually almost gone the farthest I've ever run before.
Here, give me a fist bump for that. That's awesome.
Is that going to happen on this run?
Yeah, I've only ever done a half marathon.
All right.
Well, that means both of you will set a new mileage mark.
Welcome uncharted territory.
Yeah, we got security up here coming along.
I have no idea
How we're gonna play this. Maybe he'll just drive past us.
Nope.
Could be.
That's a fairy tale.
Nope, not gonna drive past us. I'll talk to him.
We're actually doing a rescue.
How's it going?
Good, good. Hey, just remember, this place is closed 30 minutes after sundown.
Mike?
I'm from Utah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just says something for y'all to have a heads up on, all right? You guys consider trespassing.
I have no idea, I'm sorry.
Don't let Timberwater get involved.
He left Durango 7 days ago and is about to cover the trail faster than anyone has ever done.
I'm sorry. Get going, guys.
Thank you.
All right, just watch
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Rattlesnakes? Wow. I love that.
Especially right now. It's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, great. Sarah's terrified of rattlesnakes. No, it's not Justin.
He's not?
No.
Michael! What the heck?
Less than a mile to the end. Mike's only dream is a mattress. So, steak dinner, ice cream, or bed. All three. This is coming in on the end. There has been all kinds of temperatures even through the day. Last night at this time, temperatures below freezing. Right now feels like almost 80. And Mike has run at a pretty good clip the last 5-6 miles, something like that.
Question? Yeah, good one.
Dude, that road up there is it. It's the brass ring. Woo! Bob Rich, hell yeah, Ty Nielsen. Mike, you are absolutely amazing, man.
You're the ultimate cheerleader,
Well, what you're doing is pretty damn special here, my friend. This is pretty cool. I think everybody's excited to be here. And none of it would have happened without you having that audacious idea to begin with of running this damn thing in the time you've done it. All right. Woo! Woo, woo, woo.
Greg.
What's up, dude?
Mike.
Greg,
Crushing it in.
you made it out. Greg joins the crowd. He was a pacer.
Oh, bummer.
Pacer last night. No moose, no chocolate lab. Dang it. Oh, this is great. We got 9, 10 people. Oh, this is so anticlimactic. The gate's closed. There's another exit. Bonus mileage, racking up. Golden running forward. I will join him so we can get the full crew coming at. So here's one sign, the Colorado Trail. Let's call it here. This is you, bud. Right here. Here he comes.
Wow. No more.
Congratulations.
Oh.
That is a singular accomplishment.
Dude, thanks
Dude.
for pacing me like 100 miles.
I loved pacing you 100 miles, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh my word. Sarah, take a couple steps over if you can. Don't block the Colorado Trail. You kneel in the front. Kneel in the front there. Kneel in the front. Actually, Greg, you want to get in it or do you want to take it?
I'll take it.
All right, then I'll jump in it too.
My feet are in a lot of pain.
How about your knee? How's your knee
My
feeling?
knee is very fat and in a lot of pain.
And your toe?
And whoever stole my shoes, they suck. Because that made it a little harder.
So at the end of the day, Mike nailed his goal of achieving the fastest known time on the Colorado Trail. He did descend into a state of complete zombiedom, eating brains and grunting on the trail, falling down asleep in various places and hallucinating. But that was part of the deal, par for the course, expected. Amazing to have been a part of it. I loved every minute of it. Mike McKnight, thank you for bringing me out here. Ben Light, awesome crew that you ran. Garrett, Ryan, Dax, John, all the others who were part of the crew. Good job, well done. Now, if you like this content, please again, subscribe, offer a thumbs up, or if you'd like to support a content creator like me directly, there's a Patreon link in the description. You can submit a donation of a couple bucks a month, 10 bucks a month, whatever you'd like, but that's very much appreciated. So click the link down there and you can contribute that way if you'd like. And if you made it to the end of this, congratulations. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'm always interested to hear what folks are thinking after I finish a big effort like this. So you're one of the few who make it to the very end. This is a feature-length accomplishment, just like traveling the Colorado Trail, though hopefully we didn't turn you into a zombie. Peace out. Carrie.